Today is my birthday and I just turned 40. Yes, the big 40. When I was a kid, people at 40 years old, they were ancients, basically dinosaurs. And here I am today at 40, a dinosaur. But the funny thing is, I feel like a kid more so than ever, to be honest. And I think that has something to do with what I do now, which is something I do for myself. That is creativity, something with a camera. I try to build my own business. And this video is for me rather than you, to be honest. It's something that I would like to have as a reference and make it a tradition of making this one video every year on my birthday to keep myself accountable, to see where I was a year ago and see if I'm on track on my goals with business, with YouTube, with anything, everything that I do now. Because I've been all over the place in the past. We'll get to that in a bit, but it's just been a complete mess and it's getting much better. But I also have to keep myself accountable and keep on track. This is also the end of a 13-week sprint that I use a journal for. This is from Best Self. If you want to have a great journal to help you reach your goals and work towards your goals without getting distracted, like I've been an expert of being in the past, this is a very good journal. I'll link it below so you can check it out. But if you're new here and if you're curious about this, the topic of this video, which is doing something completely different for yourself when you're in your late 30s and 40s, that can be anything from travel to starting a new career or business or whatever. And trust me when I say this, it is never too late. I've been up to so many different things, trying, failing and trying again. It's tough sometimes, but always rewarding, and I'm constantly learning something new, since this journey has taught me to always be curious. And I left my former job as an engineer at 35, almost 5 years ago to this date actually, to travel. And that was going to be first 1 year, and then it became 2 years, and then 3 years. I picked up a camera and I justified getting a drone because I wanted cool drone footage from my travels, and then I started the YouTube channel that was all over the place at the time. There was no niche, there was no structure, it was just a mess, and I had to learn everything by myself while I was traveling. I think I was over 1 year away from good old Norway, so I was trying to teach myself everything on the road, which was quite hard, to be honest, and it was a lot more work than I thought. Year 3, I realized that the money in my bank account was getting very close to zero, despite me having a property that I rented out, so that gave me some passive income. I knew I had to do something to get another source of income, so I started making my stock video portfolio, and I salvaged all my drives for everything that was even remotely good to sell as stock footage online, and I did. So now today I have just shy of 6,000 clips online, and most of it is rubbish, to be honest, but it has taught me a lot about filming and getting higher quality footage to sell online. So there's that, and now I have I think I have 200 or 300 clips that sells regularly. So it provides me a steady income. It's not where I would like it to be considering all that work, but at least it's completely passive. I don't have to think about it at all, and it's slowly climbing, so that's a good thing. Let's see here on my notes. Yeah, YouTube. I started a channel in 2017, I think, but didn't take it seriously, which is something I regret. I tried different things in the vlogging sphere, but this constant travel was quite tiring, to be honest. And in 2022, earlier this year, when I got back from Africa, I made a decision to really put in the effort and be consistent. And that started with making my Africa series from 2019, when I spent 6 months in Africa photographing wild lions by myself. This vlog series was a project I had put off time and time again, but it also deserved to be made into a memory in the form of videos. So I stuck with the weekly uploads for the sake of consistency. It was still all over the place because I didn't pay enough attention to my niche, and that probably confused everybody that watched my videos, including myself. So I went back to where it all started with regards to making stuff with a camera and take it from there. And to me, that was street photography. That was the last sprint on my 13-week sprint. I've made a lot of videos about street photography. I love that. It's going to be a part of the channel going forward, but it's also going to have some changes. So let's talk about let's start with YouTube, where I see much more traction because I've been consistent every week with uploads every Friday. That is good, and in a niche. That has been street photography. That's where it all started for me. I've also been focusing on making some digital products like my presets. I'm working on I call it a design. Call it a book, photo book, digital photo book or magazine that I will sell. And I think that has a lot of value for people that wants to go to these locations that I'm making these signs about, or signs, or however you say that. I'll just put it on the screen here so you can see how I spell it. I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, because I'm a Norwegian. I have even sold a few prints, and I've sold a few of those presets as well. So yeah, those small baby steps are very important to remember when you do something that is out of the ordinary, like being on YouTube. What else? Yeah, website. I need to work on my website. I need to get out a compelling website and design a compelling website that I like. I'm not super happy with the current one, but the this is something I just love to procrastinate on, this website building. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with designing the website, and I'm not sure about the colors, I'm not sure about the layout, I'm not sure about this or that, but I just have to get my act together and actually design a website that I like. Stock footage I've already talked about. It's something that is very slowly increasing. It's not where I would like it to be, but at least I've learned a lot about color correcting footage, even some color grading. There's a difference, you know. Despite putting all this time and effort into making all these nearly 6,000 clips online. Sure, you can say, oh, it's not enough, you can complain about it, but I'm rather thinking about what I've learned, and it's there. These things that I've learned I can take with me into making better videos and making better footage the next time. It's always constantly learning when you do something visually or it's in this creative business. So let's talk about this week. I'm going to make my new sprint, or make the goals for my new 13-week sprint. Street photography, that was the last sprint. It's still going to be a part of the channel, but not in the same format. I have some visual stories that I would really like to tell and make into videos from places that I've visited for photography, like the month I had in Iran some years ago, and Tokyo. Iran was fantastic. It's probably one of the best places I ever went for street photography, and I wish I took it more seriously when I was there. I still have some great pictures and a lot of footage, so that will be a story in itself. And then there was Tokyo, great trip to Tokyo. That's where I made my time-lapse video. It's also going to be a visual story, I think. I'm also thinking about making a vlog style series about what it is like to start a photography business or start a creative business, because I see now that yeah, YouTube is fun, it's cool when I have the digital products and these things are coming into place, but if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I see that I need to take on clients as well, and I have some genres that I would like to explore and really make an effort into getting more paying clients to complement the stock footage and digital product sales, YouTube ad revenue, which isn't a lot at all. So that has to happen, and I think that would be interesting for other people as well. If you want to start a photography business, you have some knowledge about the camera, but you don't know how to start a business. That's the idea behind this series. I understand now how little I know about the business aspect of a photography business, despite doing some random freelance work from time to time. It's about time to learn more and specialize in a genre of photography that I'm really interested in, which is going to be exciting. The idea is to share the experience, and if you think this sounds interesting or helpful or both, make sure to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. That would be awesome, what you you would like to know. I have some ideas on the episodes, the first episodes already, but any suggestions will be, I'll be very thankful for. So let me know in the comments. Yeah. And then we are on to the big trip next year, something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and that is to travel 1 year in Africa. And I'm taking Ilda with me. We're going together. We have a sort of a plan already, and that could also be something that I can transition the channel from this setting up a photography business to implement how I make this business work when I'm traveling in a place like Africa for a full year. So that's going to be really interesting to see how we can work around that. As you can tell, there's a lot of things going on here, loads of things that I have to do. It's a lot of work to be done. It's much more fun now that I'm getting into the niche, seeing some traction. I have digital products. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to keep myself accountable because I've shared this with you guys, and that feels really, it feels scary, but it also feels really good because I am fiercely loyal to when I say something, I'm sticking to it, or at least to the best of my ability. And you can join as well by clicking subscribe and that bell on here on YouTube. Also like this video, that really helps what I do. It helps me make more and better content for you, and I really hope to see you in the future as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.